Hi crafters, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and today I have an idea to clean your brushes and make a card. So here's my blending brushes full of previous ink, a panel, and here is the finished card. So this came together quickly, even with my mistakes along the way, but this is a way to clean your brush, not waste the ink, and create a beautiful card in the process. So I have a Daisies 3D embossing folder from All to New. That's what I use ultimately to emboss this panel, but here to start, I'm just going to show you I'm cleaning my brushes. It's literally that simple. I have all this residual ink on my blending brushes, and I'm just kind of laying it down in rainbow order because that's my jam and I like all the colors. So I'm going to just kind of work over the panel, and I'm pressing as heavy-handed as I can to not only clean the brushes, but to lay down this saturated ink. Now you will see I'm a bit of a train wreck. There's quite a bit of residual ink on these blending brushes, and I get fingerprints all over the place. You're going to see I'm hot mess express on this. So stick around and I'll show you how I end up kind of correcting my mistake, and when all is said and done, you don't even see it. So don't feel like you need to give up. Even if you put a big honking, fingerprint on your panel, you'll still be able to work through it. So you'll see how I correct my mistakes as we go. So just kind of going back and forth over different colors, right in rainbow order, and kind of laying down as much as I can. And you can see my ink blending isn't even great, and that's okay, because first of all, the couple things that I do to fix this up, you aren't even going to be able to see it. So you'll be able to mask it with some ink splatter or water droplets, and then also with the embossing. So here you can't even really see on the film, but this was terrible, like super dark fingerprints. I don't even know where that ink came from. It must have been on like the handle or something, or I don't even know, but it was like massive blatant fingerprints that I smudged all over this. So what I did was I used my sand eraser to kind of just take that top layer off the paper, just to kind of tone it down a little bit. It doesn't really show on the video, but I promise you it's still there. It's pretty evident, but it does help to kind of take off that top layer with the eraser and then go back over with the ink blending again. So just going to put a little purple in the corner, and then the first thing I'm going to do, like I said, to kind of mask my imperfections and my not so great blending, is to drop some water all over it. I'm kind of strategically trying to drop some water on those spots where I put the fingerprints as well, just to kind of help mask it further, because this water is going to give it a distressed look overall, because it is a water reactive dye ink. So I'm coming in first with the water droplets and giving that a minute just to kind of, distress the ink. And then I have this sheer shimmer glitter spray as well, which is gorgeous. So I'm going to just do a little spritz with this all over the entire thing. So this is kind of, again, double duty, because it's, instead of spritzing the water with paper like I often do before I emboss, I kind of already did that with these water droplets. So that allows the fibers of the paper to really take to the design of the embossing folder and really helps it kind of take that shape. So I run this through off screen through my die cutting machine, and look at this amazing dimension. I just can't get enough of these embossing folders. They're my absolute favorite. So I think I may have sprayed it one more time. Yeah, I did. I wanted a little bit more glitter. Sadly, you can't see it on the video, but once the light hits this, it's just the most beautiful glittery goodness all over it. So, and you can see with those water droplets, you can't even see any of my fingerprint mistakes all over the panel. So like I said, don't give up. There's workarounds. Even if you stick a big old fingerprint in the middle of it, there's probably a way to work around it. So just think about ways that you can distract the eye, whether that's through, embossing or putting some water droplets down or ink splatter or something like that. So all is not lost. You can probably figure it out. And if you can, at the end of the day, it's just paper, right? So here I put some score tape on the back of this panel. The reason I did that is just because when you emboss, it can be a little, it may not want to lie as flat as like a regular panel of unembossed cardstock. So sometimes this extra strong tape really kind of does the trick to hold it down. And I didn't trim it any smaller, so there's no white border. It's going to cover the entire card base. And I did use 120-pound accent opaque. And I'm just going to line that up. So it's going to cover the entire card front, which, like I said, is A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. So I'm going to press that down, and now I'm just going to shop my sentiment book here. I don't need to go very far before I find the one that I want to use. And I have this beautiful layered die from Concord and Ninth, and I will link all the products in the video description box below if you expand and scroll down. And if you follow my links, it's no additional cost to you, but I may get a small commission. So it's a way to help out your favorite YouTubers and support their channel is to follow their links. So you'll always find those below. If you expand in the video description box, that's where all the information will be. And I added some resin droplets because, you know, I'm obsessed with those lately, and they go with everything. So that finishes my card. So it's a great way to clean your blending brushes and create a gorgeous card. So thanks for spending time with me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.